Okay, so this video today is going to span 2 days of trading, the 8th and the 9th, Wednesday, Thursday, and it did not end up well, just to warn you. So we're going to go through and see if I can analyze it and figure out where I went wrong. Okay, so as it has been uptrending, we can kind of see it's tipping over, and we had a big drop. And so I'm looking ahead. We're looking at possibly a drop down to this level. And because of that, I would say my first trade here. Okay, well, the reason I guess I did a long, the only thing I can think of, the MACD looks like it might be going up. And when you have a great big drop like that, an almost unreasonable drop, it often will jump back up and recover. So that's probably what I'm thinking at this point. It's probably not going to be a huge trade, but it could get up, even to here would be fine. It's not horrible. It could be better. All right, so I did a long, and it started to go up and then kind of petered out. So I put in alerts on either side just to kind of help me watch it. Those are places. If it goes past either of those points, I would say we're in for a longer drop or rise, depending on if it goes up or down. Okay, and it did the bottom one, and it looks like it's going to drop. So even though that MACD was really low, it doesn't look like it's going to go up very far, and the MACD is already looking like it's losing momentum again. So I'm in a losing position here. Okay, and then it finally did go up. So that was nice. So I went ahead and put in a stop order here, which is good, and a limit order up here. Since it broke through all of the SMAs, that's a very likely spot for it to go. So I think that is a reasonable trade. Wasn't sure at first, but it was a little iffy, but I think it might work out. Okay, it looks like it got stopped out, and so I made $15 on the first trade. Not bad, not bad. Okay, and here I'm doing a short because it looks like it kind of petered out. It is possible that it may just have a little bit of a dip and then go up further. So I might have waited just a little bit longer to get in. I think probably the first trade that I made here affected this because it went down before it went up. And then it kind of petered out and not going up very far. I'd probably decided because of that, it's probably going to go down. And also the fact that I'm looking ahead and it looks very downtrending. Looks like, all the SMAs are kind of clustering together here and tipping over on pretty much all the charts. This is starting to turn into a downtrend here. Okay, so I'm in a short. And I suspect it will get down to this point, which is not even to that blue line. So very likely. Okay, so I'm watching it here. And it goes up just like I thought maybe it would. It's unfortunate, but it isn't a huge big deal. Now, if it does go beyond that, then I'm in trouble. So the fact that it's acting here like a resistance level, all right, that's good. This is a little worrisome. Okay, good. Oh boy. Now, if you look at the MACDs, they look like they're tipping up. This may not work out very well for me. I'm holding on to the MACD here, hoping that the momentum is going to be lost here soon and that it will drop, but it does not look good. It could very easily get up to the yellow line here, which is the orange SMA, or even higher. Looks like this blue SMA is another point that is a pretty good sign to go up to there. Or the green line also matches the gold SMA, so not good. Okay, it's trickling on up there. And at this point, we've broken through all of the SMAs, and I am sitting in a loss now of a very small amount. So what to do to react to this? Okay, we can look at the 4-hour chart over here, and we can see the reason that it's having this bounce here is because of the orange SMA. it's kind of bouncing off of the support system. That's the 20 SMA, so it's pretty short term. So I do suspect that it will drop eventually, but it might have a little bit of a bounce beforehand. So that is kind of why I'm talking myself into staying in this trade. Okay, SMA 1 hour chart. Okay, yeah, right. So the yellow line here matches the yellow SMA over here. Okay, so I'm hopeful that it will drop. And it continued to go on up past that yellow SMA, and I'm hoping that we are at a place now where it's going to be starting to drop. And it did a little bit, but then it bounced off of that yellow SMA on the short-term chart. So that's the 50 SMA there. And the RSI and the MACD all are gaining momentum. So this is not looking very good. And sure enough, at that point right here, I should have switched positions. And seeing that it didn't get through that point right there, that's where I made my first mistake. So you have to, I think I was stuck in the mindset that it was dropping, and I was not allowing the possibility for it to be going up. And so I kind of missed that information there. So unfortunately, now I am sitting at a $61 loss, which is like twice what I make in a day, what I'm aiming for, almost twice, plus my commissions, of course. So that was not good. Okay. So it does look like the peaks maybe are getting closer together. So maybe it's losing momentum after all, and maybe it will drop back down. We'll see. Oof, it went up even further. So now this purple line, the purple line is actually the top of this channel here. So it's not accurate on this chart here. However, the 100 SMA, which is off the charts up here, looks like kind of the ceiling that we are forming right through here, and that would not be good. It's a 52.25, and it's sitting at 52.25. So yeah, it would be 5 points above kind of this level right here, which is a long ways up there. That would not be good. It's over 10 points. So, oh man, this is not looking good. All right, so we had a nice drop right here, and it is 11:19 in the morning. So this is the other problem that's going on. The market is really slow right now. All week long it's been slow. There's the saying, sell in May and go away. I think a lot of people get busy in May and they start closing their positions, or they're not trading, and so it's really tricky trading in May generally, I would say. That's what I'm feeling in the market. And on top of that, the MES is really tricky too, because your commissions take up a whole point. So you have to have a pretty big movement in order to get any kind of profit at all. And so the only way to do that is by leaving a position in. You can see, like, from here to almost where let's see here. From here to here is an hour. So I had to wait an hour for that movement to be made. And sitting there and just watching this move so slowly is just really hard. It's you get distracted, you get tired, you second guess yourself. You've got way more time to second guess yourself. So that's the other problem of what's going on right now. So anyway, I think had I been more alert and this had happened a lot quicker, I could have easily seen, oh yeah, this is a place where this would be a good place to maybe do a reverse at this point, or even just get out. But since I think that we probably will be getting up to this 100% line here, doing a reverse is not all bad, honestly. But I missed it, and I'm still in a long position here. And hoping that it drops. I went ahead and put in a bunch of alerts here because I needed to go to work, and it's 11:30 now, so I'm just going to watch it on my phone. And when these alerts are triggered, and I'm hoping obviously that it's going to drop further than it goes up. So anyway, that's what happened. Okay, this is the next day, and you can see that it didn't quite get up to the 100% line. As a matter of fact, it kind of petered out at that green line or just above it, and it didn't really go anywhere at all. And so the way that the futures market works, if you carry over a trade from the day before, your position here from that one trade, it carries over as well. And it also takes it out of your futures account. So you can see that my balance now is way lower than it was before. So this is actually the number that we want to look at for what I'm actually doing, or what my balance actually is. And yesterday at the beginning of the day, it was 2,111 and some cents. So, and it's very unfortunate, but I have lost about $70 so far. So, trying to make heads or tails of this new day, and it's very flat. So what does that tell us? It tells us that you can see it's struggling to break through that orange SMA, but it's keeping it from going up any higher. We're at the top of that channel here. We've kind of hit that 100% line on the Fibonacci, and if you can, I don't really have it on the screen very well down here, but the MACD looks like it might be done dropping and might be losing downward momentum, at least on the 4-hour chart. On the 1-hour chart, we are definitely seeing the MACD starting to turn up a little bit. So this might be one of those instances where it goes flat across to the other side of the channel before it hits it, and then it will go up. It might not have a drop at all. I don't know. Okay, and let's see, I don't know what time that was. Opening bell was over here, so right after opening bell, it had a little bit of a drop, and then it immediately recovered and did pretty well there. And you can see this is moving a little bit faster. This is not much though. This is like an hour's worth of trading right here. So again, we're having to sit here and watch it for quite a while. Okay, so I'm still in a short position. You can see that right here. And I'm hoping that it will drop quite a bit. But as you can see, it went on up to the 100% line. So now this one trade has lost $142. And so, yeah, it's not looking good. Now I've dropped below 2,000. Okay, now we've actually broken through that Fibonacci line. So we've actually reached a higher high than our previous high over here. That is really not good. The bullish sentiment there is really, really good. Okay, so instead of getting out at this point, I'm kind of desperate to make up my losses, which is another problem. And I didn't just get out here, I reversed. The problem with this is we have just reached a new high, so the likelihood of it dropping at this point is really good. And so getting out, sure, but I don't think getting into a long was a good idea. All right, so I put in my exit order here and actually drew a small channel that had been developing for basically for today. Yeah, it's just today's trading. So it was just kind of interesting. Kind of formed a little bit of a pattern here. So I kind of put that helped me figure out where it might be going. And I put my exit order in way up there, which again is not very good. It did match up with the top of the longer term channel. I do have that going for me. But yeah, it's probably not the best move right now. At least I should have a stop order in right here. So, but I didn't. Okay, it's looking good. I left my limit order in there. This is the highest that it's been, which I don't understand. Okay, yeah, that was be right here. So we're maintaining this high. Okay, there you go. It went up and I actually got out, and I am not in a position right now. So that was a very good move, and I whittled back some of those losses. I'm still under, let's see, yeah, I'm still underneath the 2000 mark, unfortunately. Okay, so the problem with this trade is it's a short. As uptrending as this is, in order to think that it's dropping, you would have to have a little bit more history than this right here, where we see a wick over here that's formed, and we're near the top of the channel. So the likelihood of it dropping at this point is good, but we are not seeing any signs of that quite yet. It's a little bit premature. So I got into a short here, and I do have an exit order in down here on the 100% bar, which, it looks like it's a reasonable trade. It's just, as uptrending as it is, I think it's a little premature yet. Okay, so it's dropping a little bit. I did lower my limit order, unfortunately. Okay, that's looking good. That's looking very good. And I got out there. So again, I made a decent trade. Okay, that was a little bit of a risk, but it went well. So that's good. Okay, so let's see what I do next. Okay, the next one, I'm getting into a long. Okay, the problem with this one is it kind of follows the very short-term pattern for today, and I'm not expecting a great deal here. That's good, and I've also got my automatic stop and limit order put in with this particular trade. However, you can see on the longer-term charts, we're starting to see a red candle develop, and we're near the top of that channel again. So let me go to the next screen here. Okay, so you can see there's some big downward movement. So yes, I did detect that this was near the top, and I was correct in thinking that. So yep, that was a good thing to do, and it is dropping. Oops, wait a minute. Let's go back there again. So we did a long, and it didn't go well, and I got stopped out. That's what happened. Okay. Then I got into a short. Okay, so being in a short position right here that's pretty good. I don't disagree with that. It looks to me like I could adjust my channel a little bit, which I think I do. Yep, right there in the next frame. So we can kind of see, all right, so we're sitting at the bottom of this short-term channel here, but it does look like it's starting to drop. The MACD is really starting to tip over. The RSI is losing momentum on both of these charts, the 15 and the 30-minute charts. So being in a short is not bad. Now here I did cancel my stop because I really didn't want to get stopped out because I was more certain that it was going to drop. So I got my limit order set down here, not bad. And the fact that it bounced here pretty good kind of freaked me out. And I don't agree with what I did here. I don't know why I reversed at this point, other than the fact that on the very short term, it looks like it's hitting the bottom of that channel that I drew. And when you have a channel that's based on so little information, it's not as strong of a sign. And when you look at the 30 and the 15-minute charts, you can definitely see the MACD is tipped over and starting to drop. So I don't think it's going to go up very far. However, it did. Okay, so that actually worked out. And it looks like I've got a reverse order placed. All right, so I made money on that one. And now I'm in a short position. So, okay, that actually went well. Except that it didn't. And it's starting to go back up again. And you can see as many trades as I've made that are good, I've actually lost money because of the commissions. And this is what's so frustrating about doing this particular MES, trading this particular futures contract. Your commissions just add up so quickly. I know that I had a month a few months ago where I actually traded this the whole entire month, and I did pretty well. But this is not going well, and I don't know if it's my mindset is different because I'm actually trading real money now, or if it's the market right now. If May is a little slower, what's going on? I do not know. Okay, so I'm in a short position here, and it looks like it's going to go up. And so I went ahead and just got out. I'm just done. And did not end very well. I actually ended up losing like almost $200 in the last couple days. So, okay, so here you can see my trades from the last 2 days. There's 1, 2. I ignore this one because I left it in overnight. And so that's just the way they calculate their trades. This is the third one that I made, the 4th, the 5th, 6th, 7th, the 8th, and the 9th. So out of 9 trades, I only made 4 good ones. So anyway, there you go.